Look at this Temple team. They're sort of a lot like you that kind of put it together late. They've won 9 of their last 11.
They're very athletic. They get up and down the floor. They dribble, penetrate very well, and they have some shooters. They have 5 people averaging double figures, and they're all 5 guards. It's not their post players, it's all guards that average double figures. So that tells you the style they play, getting up and down, and the freedom their guards has to put the ball up or drive or penetrate and all that. So we're going to have to control their dribble penetration. It's going to be big, and stay out of foul trouble, because they're going to drive us every opportunity they get.
I see the leading score is a 5'6" guard.
Yeah, and they got a point guard that's 5'4", and they're very quick, very athletic on the perimeter.
But you've talked about the mentality all through this. Once the team found out they were in this tournament, the goal was just to win it. Seeing them, getting this far, how has that attitude stayed the same, or maybe even more so because they have been able to keep on advancing?
Well, I was glad to see yesterday practice. We had some quickness. It seemed like we wanted to be here, so that was a good sign yesterday in practice. That's always a good sign. So, like we talked after the Villanova game, there's only a possible 2 more games in 1 week. So, since we're in it, we might as well just go ahead. We're going to be here anyway. Let's get ready, and let's be ready to play.
Just so few players and coaches get to be involved in games in the month of April. That's pretty special when you can do that.
Yeah. This is a great tournament, the NIT it is, but, make no doubt about it, we'd rather be in the NCAA. And that's not taking anything away from the NIT. It's really not. Because it's been a good experience, and we've been able to play more home games here. And quite frankly, in the NCAA, we normally play on other people's home floor. So this has been a little change for us to play some of these games on our home floor, which has been nice.
You've seen the attendance numbers go up each game. What are you expecting tomorrow night, and what do you hope that you see out there?
Well, I hope we have a great crowd, and I'm sure we have. The crowds have been great. The crowds have just been fantastic. And, the other day when we were down, I think 5 or 6, and came back and sent it in overtime, it would have been hard to do without the crowd involved. So that was fantastic. The crowd's just been great.
Have you maybe seen more of the crowd pick-me-ups this year than any season in recent memory?
Do what now?
More of the crowd pick-me-ups kind of thing this year?
Well, this year's team, yeah, we need somebody to pick us up at times. And it's always great to have the crowd to pick us up. At this time of the year, and even, they're getting tired of me trying to pick them up. So it's good somebody else is picking them up a little bit. And the crowd has just done a fantastic job of that.
About Avery's play of late and getting the Varsity Sports Report Player of the Week, what has she shown you in the tournament so far to really push the team?
Well, she's shown me she's not ready to cash in her senior year. I mean, if you guys notice going down the stretch here, we went to Avery a lot of times on ISOs, and she was able to finish and convert those into foul shots or to score. So, I've been going to her a lot, her and Bria Holmes and that. So, we've been doing a lot of ISOs, a lot of, putting them in positions and hope they can score, and they've been doing a great job of that.
You see Lene being able to have a bigger role in this game?
Yeah, absolutely. I felt bad, but I knew what was going to occur, because their girl could shoot the 3, and I knew what was going to occur. They was going to isolate us the whole game. And then they started isolating their point guard on us, and then we put Bria Holmes on her point, got a little bit more size, and then they couldn't do that. But, we knew we was going to be isolated the whole night. And Lene, I told her after the game, I appreciate she was up cheering and was excited for her team. That says a lot about her. But this just wasn't, we're trying to win games now. It's not about feelings. It's about winning games right now at this point, and she was very supportive, very positive. I'm proud of her because of that.
So the same thing with Tiana?
Yeah, absolutely. It just wasn't her type of game. It just wasn't her type of game, because they were going to spread and isolate and that type of stuff. And, we felt we put the best people on the floor for that type of game.
Anything else for Coach? I think it says about this team just the way that they have been able to respond in the postseason and put together some of their stronger performances down the stretch. What does that say to you about maybe where they're heading?
Well, it's good to see. As I questioned some of that during the season, and it's good to see, that we are playing with heart. We are playing hard. We do care, and it shows in our play. I wish we would have done this a little earlier, but at least we're doing it, and it shows in our play. And I'm very proud of them because, especially our leaders, I mean, they have stepped up and did everything we asked of them.
It's Temple's coach. She worked for Gino for like 14,
Yeah, I
15,
don't know her very well.
15 years.
Yeah, I don't know her very well. She's got them play. I'll tell you what, they play aggressive man-to-man. They get up into, they play a style like we do, up on you. You pick up your dribble, they're all over you, trying to deny everywhere. So they want a running game. They want an up and down. They want to create turnovers, create offense. So it's going to be an exciting game, in my opinion, for the fans because it's not going to be holding the ball. It's going to be people up and down the floor.
How do you think a win in this year's tournament would affect next year's team?
I think it'll be a different team, to be honest with you. It's great to be playing at this time of the year, but, I think there'll be a lot of new players in here and that. But, I think the biggest thing's going to help us for next year's team. We're going on a foreign trip this summer, so all the new players and everybody will get to go on that, to be honest with you. So I think that'll help us for next year a little bit more than what this is. Now, if we were real young and was playing all these young kids and that would be fantastic. But we have 3 seniors and some juniors and some people that have been in the program. So I don't think it helps us as much as it does a young team.
Is it Italy again, or where are you going?
No, we're going to Spain and England. Yeah, this summer. So in August.
I feel like the players have done a pretty good job not looking ahead in this tournament.
Yeah, I do. Honestly do. And they've been focused, and that's all you can ask. And come out and play hard. As long as they stay focused and play hard, we got an opportunity to win.
I should still hold out hope that you can stay in the state for the championship.
Yeah, it'd be nice, because the gymnastics league here, we could not host here. But, it's great that the administration gives an opportunity to at least host in the state of West Virginia and try to take it to Charleston if we have the opportunity to host. So we'll see what happens. Either UCLA or Michigan. Yeah, I mean, it's all based on crowds, as you know, boss. So we've had good crowds. So we're right in there. We're right in there because of our crowds, and that's how important crowds are. I keep saying how important the crowds are, not only for our players, but to advance at home. That's how important crowds are. Yeah, absolutely.
Drop in the middle.
Yeah. So, I think, well, let's just wait till see if we win. I don't like to look ahead, Bob.
There's a specific mood of tournament games, right? This like postseason NCAA games where you're in like Austin Terry, but it's not like what you know. It's far away. It's feel weird a little bit playing home games.
It does. And even our crowd during the year, even though we had some good crowds, our crowd is a little bit more intense in the postseason, and that's good to see. And that makes our players more intense and focused. So, it's been great. I see why all them schools want to host in the NCAA, because that's a big advantage in my opinion. And that's something we really want to look at here at West Virginia and try to host as much as we can.
You think just the crowds you've had here that could help you get an NCAA?
Do what now?
The crowds you've had here could help
if we were in the NCAA,
your case for a future NCAA hosting.
I don't think it'll hurt us, put it that way. And I've always been the type, you got to play the game between the lines and all about the crowd. But shoot, now, since we had some home games here, it does make a big difference. And especially when you get a crowd here, because it just motivates your players a little bit more, and it just your team's more excited, and the crowd's more excited.
Do you think you would get road games when you're not doing because
we have before?
I would just naturally use it.
No, I thought the first round or the second round would be home games, and after that it depends on the crowds and that type of stuff. So, it was great we had good crowds so we could continue to be at home.
This is the second time in program history that you guys have reached the semifinals, and this is the first time since 2005. What do you think this team has that past team?
Well, I think this team, we're a little bit more athletic this team. This team's probably played against a lot more styles of play than the other team, and quite frankly, we've been able to play a lot of games at home. I mean, I just hate to keep bringing that up, but that's a big difference.
Were you over in your office Sunday night following the Middle Tennessee Temple on the computer? Or
I went over there, yeah. Middle Tennessee had been growing very, very well too, so it'd been interesting.
You were the biggest Temple fan, maybe in Morgantown Sunday night.
You know, I don't want any of them win, to be honest with you. But not really. You know, both teams are very good, and both teams have strengths and weaknesses. You know, at this time, I mean, all four teams are playing pretty well at this time of the year. They wouldn't be in the Final Four. All right, thank you.
Thank you.